phenomenal, pun intended, without a doubt. The best, if not one of, but to me, this is the best documentary WWE has ever done. Period. This beat ECW's documentary, The Rise and Fall of ECW, which before this documentary was the pinnacle. Like, nothing that they came out with topped The Rise and Fall of ECW. Until this. This is the pinnacle. This is the absolute greatest documentary you could ever do. They could have ever done. And it highlights one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. For sure, top 10. In my opinion, top 3. If he's not in your top 3, well, it's your opinion. But for me, it's like, I don't know if you can have a top 3 without Taker. He's either number 3, 2, or 1. For me, it's hard to have a top 10 without The Undertaker. For real. Makes me question if you really watch wrestling, but this documentary highlighted why he is one of the greats. And I would like to talk about the final episode. The one that I feel is the best one. So, before this, we had 4 other episodes. The first one premiered back in May. It's either May or April. Earlier this year, just a couple of months ago. And that first episode was groundbreaking. It was like, whoa! The first time we get to see Taker let down his veil and reveal Mark Calloway. It was refreshing. It was new. He was honest. Well, the first time we actually saw it was with Austin's podcast. That was the actual time we get to see Mark Calloway. But this is him in his home telling us about his life. It was incredible. So that first episode stuck out to me. 2, 3, and 4 were all good, but they weren't like gripping. They weren't like, oh my god, this is amazing. The first one was like, ooh, this is new. This 5th one though is the best because we finally got the answer to the all-time question. Is The Undertaker going to retire? Will The Undertaker retire? We'll find out. But first, let's pay some bills. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe. Also, click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following. Buy yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees or Teespring, whichever one you feel fits your bill. We got the old school Deluxe Man t-shirt as well as the new school Alyx's World t-shirts. Also, like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at VX1, Alyx's World. Also, check me out on Instagram. I have a subreddit called The Wrestling Safe Space. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com. And don't forget to donate, as you saw with, was it Mr. Krabs and... I should still have it on here. Let me see. It's Mr. Krabs... Oh, no, it went away. Damn it, these are limited. Who was the first one that donated? It wasn't, it wasn't Q-Dog in the house. It wasn't Ernest. Whoever the first one was that donated, thank you so much. Be a part of that. And, help contribute to the growth of the channel. A couple of shout outs and then we'll get started. When I'm done, I will be going to the live chat. So, I just want to say... thanks to Young Deku 2500, Elias Ademi. As I said, Elias Ademi, Ultra Shot 97, and Firestar Heart were the moderators here. Show them some love. Always show the mods some love. They are the bosses. They're the ones that keep the space that is safe. Avengers fan. Let's see here. Diego Perez. Thank you, Diego. Diego Perez. Q-Dog in the house. What's up, Q-Dog? What's up, Adam Ritter? What's up? Nick Mann, or Atlanta, Spain. I'm just gonna say Atlanta, Spain. What's up, Chase? What's up, Janelle? What's up, Phenomenal WWE? What's up, Jet? What's up, Justin? Let's see here. What's up, True Fighter? Nathaniel. I already said Ernest. McLean Roach. What's up, buddy? Alright, so if I don't say your name, Not because I hate you. I'm just saying hello to the early crowd. And I do want to give a lot of love to. Sorry, I just got a text from one of my female friends. Shh. I don't know why I'm swishing my phone. Shh. Showing love to the people who are here, but I thank you for being a part of this day. Oh, super chat, let's go. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord.
I was at In Your House Beware of Dog. That was the first time I got to see the Undertaker wrestler live.
Man, my first time, by the way, thank you, Matt, for the donation, and welcome to the stream. The first time I got to see him live was WrestleMania 25. I was lucky. I got to see the greatest match in WrestleMania history live. And I'm not just saying that because I was there live, but it is the greatest match in WrestleMania history. Dispute that if you want. Let's talk about this documentary. Episode 5. So it kicks off with a recap of episode 4. Highlights of Extreme Rules 2019, where he had that tag match with Roman Reigns. He took on Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. And I thought, like everyone else, he looked amazing in that match. It was a great match. I haven't seen him look that good for years. Probably since his match with Punk. He looked amazing. He even looked better than his matches with Brock Lesnar. He looked amazing. They showed, it says here, Taker was shown saying he felt good about things. I'm reading off a quick recap to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, they showed footage of him training, looking in good shape, and it was interesting. It was interesting that after having such a series of horrible matches, this is the match where it was like, okay, maybe there's still a little bit more left in the tank. I got a lot more left in the tank, as Mark Henry would say. It shows that he went to Hawaii for 2 weeks after that, and he was content. He was actually really content with that match, with that performance, because he was able to convince people, I got a lot more left in the tank. And they showed footage of him telling Vince, I think I'm done. I think that's it. I'm good, man. I don't need to wrestle again. I'm done. To which I go, you're not. He has another match after that. But it was interesting to hear him, for the first time since the documentary started, say, you know, I think that's it. I think I'm done. Because before, it was like he was determined to continue to wrestle. Like, I gotta keep going until I have that 5-star match. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord.
Not sure if people know, but Undertaker finally acknowledged the Sting match and said would basically suck considering their age, cinematic or not.
I think he's right. I agree with that because both of them are way, way past their primes. I do think a cinematic would work better than an actual match, but still, like, he's right. It's not going to be able to live up to the hype because it's Sting versus Taker. That's two of the greatest of all time that never wrestled before. That's a dream match of dream matches. So, yeah, I agree with them. Although, I'm not going to lie. If they make that match at Survivor Series, I'm going to be there. If Vince says, Survivor Series, we're doing Sting versus Taker, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. Shh, I'm doing a video. I'm just swishing my phone. I'm going to be there because that's one of the greatest matches you can ever do. Old, past their prime or not. In their prime. But past their prime, I'm still going to be there. But back to what I was talking about, you know, he was content. He was content with that Extreme Rules match. Michelle McCool said that his identity has been Taker for years, and only now have they started questioning what is Mark gonna do, because now he's looking at life outside of wrestling. Who is Mark Calloway? For over 50 years, Mark Calloway has been the Undertaker. Well, okay. I mean, before he was in wrestling, probably not, because I think they talk about him being a basketball player. So over 3 decades. 3 decades, he's been Undertaker. His life is synonymous with his work in WWE to the point where he doesn't know what he's going to do when it's done. So that is scary. That's a very scary position to be in. But it is coming to a point where it's like, do you continue doing this? Because the more you do it, the more it breaks your body down and the more you shorten your lifespan. It's already short. We would be if Taker lived to be 80-something years old. But who knows? They interviewed Triple H, and Triple H even said, I never got the feeling that he was done after Extreme Rules. He calls it chasing the dragon. He said, Taker still wants that one final classic, but can he have it? They do this really cool segment where they talk about his time in Madison Square Garden, and they show a picture of Undertaker right next to Elvis. It's like right under Elvis, and then Muhammad Ali. So if you go to Madison Square Garden and you're able to go backstage and look at the Hall of Fame, or like this huge legendary wall of pictures of people, famous people, you will see Undertaker next to Elvis and Muhammad Ali. And that just fits. I'm like, yep, that's exactly where he should be. That's really cool.
Makes you wonder if the Mania 33 match didn't suck. G stayed retired, even Roman wanted to lose.
I have that in my notes. I might as well talk about it now. They do, actually, is it next? When did they interview Roman? Oh, it's later on. Okay. I'll talk about it now. So they did interview Roman Reigns here, and Roman revealed, no, wait a minute. Was this in the documentary, or was this it's just a note? Oh, it's just a note, actually. Sorry. So he's right. He did. Let me just talk about it then. Roman did reveal that he wanted to lose to Taker. He wanted to straight up just put him over because he didn't feel right beating him at WrestleMania. That's interesting. I didn't know that. You hear these stories about how Roman Reigns is the WWE's favorite, the new golden child. He doesn't really seem egotistical at all. He seems very humble. Like he said, I wanted to put Taker over. It's getting a little dark. Let me put some light in here. Let there be light. All right, there it is. Yeah, he wanted to put Taker over. He wanted to tell him that I appreciate you for what you've done, and this is my way of showing it. You are the dead man. You are the legend, the phenom. That didn't happen, but that does suck. It does suck that it ended the way it did, because I just feel like ever since then it's not been looking good for Taker. But Taker was content. He said he's in a spot where if he never gets in the ring again, he's okay. And then he had that podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold spoke about how you live for the crowds and you live for the pops. It could take you a while to get over that. Like when you spend your years getting validation from millions on a regular basis, hate, love, heel, babyface, you're still living off of that validation. And now it has to just stop. That's difficult. He also thought about, when he was younger, he didn't have to, when Taker was younger, he didn't have to think about, getting hurt or something catastrophic happening because you're young. You'll surgery and you'll heal back up. Now that you're in your 50s, one mistake could be the end of your life. He reminisced on his match with Goldberg at Saudi Arabia Super Showdown. Super Showdown 2019. And he's right. Like, I remember when Goldberg hit him with that jackhammer, it looked horrible. That was the moment. I think that was the moment we all went, God damn it, why don't you just retire? That was like the first time I visibly got angry at Taker. Like, God damn it, just retire. God damn it. You know what I mean? Like, stop. You don't need to do this, man. He couldn't. You know, Taker had to go out on his own two feet, and he earned that. He also wasn't mad at Goldberg. He never blamed Goldberg. He said it's no one's fault. It was just an accident. They go on and they talk about Taker's father. How back in the day when he was young Taker, he would wear makeup. And he told the story about how he brought his dad to a show at Houston. At the Summit. And Taker's dad, you know, looked at him like, you traded basketball for this? Well, because Taker had a full ride scholarship to college for basketball. He probably would have been a basketball player. Mark Calloway. I wonder what team he would have been on. That's a question I'll ask him one day. No, seriously, if I ever get a chance to ask Mark Calloway an interview question, I'd be like, so if your career would have succeeded as a basketball player, what team would you have been on? Because think about it this way. 1990, if he became famous enough, when did Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls get there? Hey, he was good enough to be on the Chicago Bulls. We could have seen Mark Calloway on an MJ team. Probably not, but who knows? He had the hops. That boy could jump. Taker was an athletic son of a bitch, if you will. He talked about his dad passing away, but he remembers, like, his dad, like, oh my God, you're wearing makeup. What happened? But it's funny because he said he was also the biggest fan of Taker. He was more proud of him than anyone else. His dad was more proud of Taker than anyone else, even though he was ashamed of him wearing makeup. He says he missed him. They show the Broken Skull session interview. And I already did a podcast about that, but after showing the interview, and I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, well I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord.
I can see Taker being a coach of some sort at the PC and maybe do appearances here and there, but never wrestle.
I mean, it's up to him, but yeah, I would love for him to be a coach. We'll talk about that. That was on the podcast as well. Not the podcast, the show, the episode. He got to work with NXT talent. That's really cool. Anyways, they show the broadcast of him doing the interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin on the Broken Skull Ranch, and then we go to AJ Styles. Here's where it gets interesting. So they interview AJ Styles. And he was talking to a buddy. AJ Styles is like, man, you know, he was talking about Taker's interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And he said Taker's got a few more matches left in him. And that influenced AJ to give Taker a call. Well, he went to Vince. It's just like, I want to wrestle Taker. AJ's like, look, if Taker's got a few more matches left in him, let me call him. And he's like, all right. Give him a call, see what he says. So AJ called Taker, and Taker was like, oh no. Like, I would have loved to have wrestled you 15 years ago. We all said this. AJ versus Taker 10, not just 15, but 10 years ago would have been a classic. But AJ versus Taker 15 years ago, as in golden years TNA, AJ Styles. 2014 to 2016 AJ Styles, the best wrestler in the world. The best one. Next to Kurt Angle. Like, Kurt Angle and AJ Styles were like, woo-wee. But, yeah. AJ Styles in 2005 versus Undertaker from 2005? Bro, you couldn't get me to buy a ticket faster. I would have wasted all my money for that. But it's unfortunately not that. So Taker was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is something I want to do. Let me think about it. But Edge was interviewed, and I agree with Edge. Edge said that if it was him, and I get to choose the last person to have my final match with, it would be AJ Styles. Edge would have been like, yeah, I'm picking AJ Styles. As anyone else would. AJ can make anybody look good. Well, Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles. One of those two would have been like, yes, absolutely. But AJ Styles for sure. All day, every day. We skip a couple of segments ahead. And we get into the Performance Center. Where we see Undertaker sitting with NXT talent. Keith Lee, Bronson Reed, there was a bunch of them. A bunch of NXT talent. And he was watching their matches and coaching them and giving them things to work on. He's just like, okay, see, first off, this and this and this and this and this and this and this. We're watching that, and it's incredible to see it. Not just hear, but to see him throwing knowledge at these young stars and them just listening. And I can feel it jumping in the air. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord.
AJ vs. Taker was supposed to happen at the Royal Rumble 2017.
Wait, it was? Who did he fight Who did AJ fight in 2017? Oh, he fought John Cena again. AJ was supposed to fight Taker for the championship? Is that true? I'll have to look that up. They didn't talk about that though. Alright, well, color me surprised. But yeah, we see footage of Taker instilling knowledge in these young minds. And then we see him actually getting in the ring and teaching them the basics, going over how to run the ropes, how to sell, coaching them. And I'm like, he's a natural. I'm like, goddamn, like, this is what he should be doing. Like, Matt Bloom, you know what? If it was up to me, I'm like, Matt, I respect what you do. Taker's in charge now. Seriously, I'm just like, this is yours. Taker, you're in charge of the Performance Center. You're the teacher. Have fun. If you wanted to. If you wanted to do that. But I would give it to him. I would give him the PC. It would be his to run. Period. End of story. I just think that'd be great for him. And then you see people like Randy Orton, Mick Foley. Who was it? Was it Edge? It was Randy Orton, Mick Foley. I gotta be sure I get everybody. Who else did he put over? I think that was it. Randy Orton, Mick Foley, the ones that came out. Bray Wyatt. People who he wrestled and made even famouser. Although he didn't really help Bray Wyatt. Although I was kind of hoping he would. But, you know, they all talk about how he helped give them that extra nudge. That bump in their careers to put them in the stratosphere of being legit players, legit superstars, legit main event attractions. He did that. So he spent his entire career making young stars. I feel like he's the perfect guy to be a coach. He even talked to Ric Flair. That was the other one. Ric Flair thanked Taker for helping him get his self-confidence back. Because Triple H did an interview, and I think this was on the Ruthless Aggression broadcast. And I can feel it jumping in the air.
Yes, that's why Undertaker appeared on the SD prior to the 2016 Survivor Series, but SD won.
Alright.
And they scrapped it.
Alright, well there you go. Taker was going to wrestle AJ. Wonder how that match would have gone. Anyways, yeah, we talk about Ric Flair losing his confidence, and Triple H said 2002. You know, he was really trying to find himself, and it wasn't until he did that with Taker and then did Evolution that he got his confidence back. And that was really cool. That was good, that Taker was able to help him find himself again. So, alright, we get into the feud now. You know, Taker starts watching AJ's matches, and then he calls AJ up. He ribs him. And he's like, I told Vince that I wanted to wrestle this other Southern boy. And AJ's like, oh, BS, man, BS. And then he revealed that it was you, AJ. So he likes to rib people. He always ribs those he cares about. But yeah, we get into Super Showdown. And that's the night where, you know, they went to Saudi Arabia and Taker showed up and beat AJ in 5 seconds. And that was supposed to set up the WrestleMania match. And then they do the whole, alright, we're gonna do a shoot, brother. We're gonna shoot on them, brother. And AJ, you know, went into Taker, called him Mark Calloway, and how he wants to retire, how he had the perfect send-off, but he couldn't let it go. And it's because of his wife. It's because of his wife, Michelle McCool, who has his balls in her purse. Made it personal, and, you know, that made Taker respond as the American badass. One of my favorite promos this year. Try me, I'll make you famous. And then they go into the whole pandemic issues and how it was supposed to be a one-on-one match, and then they had to do a cinematic. And quite frankly, between you and me, I am so happy they made it a cinematic. I don't imagine it would have been as good if it was a singles match. Although I'm pretty sure they would have had a great match. I imagine it wouldn't have been as good as the cinematic. So this is a case where the cinematic worked. And they talk about how they set up the Boneyard match, and Triple H was like, when they first heard about it, Triple H was like, what the fuck is a Boneyard match? And they said, we don't know, figure it out. They basically told Triple H, ain't our problem. You figure it out. And Triple H was like, God damn it, how much mess do I have to clean up? And so Triple H, you know, he found this barnyard, not boneyard, a barnyard, and he had a casket in front of it and stuff like that. He just said, you know what? We'll make this work. And then he showed the creative to Vince, and Vince was just like, do it. And so we have the WrestleMania cinematic match, which to this day, it is the best cinematic match they've done in WWE. I still think AEW beat them with the Stadium Stampede. But this is easily one of Taker's best performances in years. I don't think he's looked this good since the end of an era. He looked amazing. He looked phenomenal. No pun intended. Him and AJ tore it up. They beat the piss out of each other. They talk about the spot where he put his arm through the glass window of a car and he sold it like son of a bitch. And they kept it in there. But then they had to, you know, stop it and clean it out. And they said him standing around to reshoot was hard on him because now his body gets to come back down and he's like, okay, that hurts. Oh, okay, yep, there goes my hip. So he was in pain while waiting, but he finished it. And they showed the ending product, and I remember I went back and watched the match a couple times. Holy shit. It's one of those instances where universally there wasn't a single person who hated it. Everyone loved the match. Everyone loved it. Now, there were maybe a couple people here and there like, it's fake. But for me, I looked at Twitter, I looked at Facebook, I looked at the reviews, Dave Meltzer, everyone loved the match. I loved the match. It was outstanding. I was like, damn. It had everything you could want with Taker. It was the perfect blend. My boy Matt.
Another reason why Triple H should be running the company, the Boneyard Match is a great example of why.
I agree. Matt, you've been trying to... Are you trying to take the belt from Victor? You should challenge him at SummerSlam and try it out. Anyways, it was an outstanding match. It was a perfect blend of the Dead Man and the American Badass. It was a great blend. An amazing blend. So it's crazy for me to see him, you know, to see him in this old age still being able to go. And then we get to perhaps the most important part of the entire documentary, because after the match, we showed footages of Taker at the I forgot what it was, but he was fishing at some lake. I don't know if it's near his house or anything like that, but he was fishing. And then he starts talking about his career following that match. And I wrote this down because I wanted to get every word correct. Every word correct. Taker said he was really happy, so happy with that match. He thought it was really cool how it had this hellacious fight feel to it. And then he can get on his motorcycle and ride off. It was just perfect. It was a perfect blend of everything he's done. And then he talks about, this may be the last time I do this. I want to be sure I get all the words correctly. I just want to be sure I get the right quote. Here it is.
Nope, just supporting y'all.
Well, thank you, Matt, for the support. I really appreciate it. Okay, here it is. He says, if Vince was in a pinch, would I come back? I guess time will only tell. You know, in case of emergency, you break the glass and pull out the Undertaker. I would have to consider that when it happens. Never say never. But at this point in time, this is very important. You listening? I hope you're all listening, because this is where it is. At this point in time in my career, I have no desire to get back inside the ring. And then he pauses. He says, I've got a pit in my stomach right now. And then you see tears coming down his face. And then he continues. He says, He says, there's nothing left for him to conquer or accomplish. That the game has changed. And it's time for new guys to come up. And the timing seems right. He said that this documentary has helped him discover that and open his eyes to the bigger picture. He said that it has helped him see things on a broader scale. He said it was cool to have his peers give their insight and want the best for him. He said that he could do more good outside the ring now than he could do inside. And he's finally at a place where he's able to accept that. And he's okay with it. He said he's been blessed to have two families with his wife, his children, along with his family on the road. They showed a lot of pictures of Taker and his family together. He talked about guys like Bryan Adams, Yokozuna, Godfather, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Bret Hart, Mick Foley, Kane, Edge, and Austin Rock. You be here all day. And it's important that they all know how much they meant to him on a professional level and personal level. He talked about how Vince always had his back, and he said to Vince, thank you. And he just, he's devoted his life, most of his adult life, to this business, and he wouldn't change a thing. He said all the injuries, surgeries, all the things that he wouldn't change because it helped shape the person that he is today. He said that he's going to miss the guys, and most of them he already does miss them. Mark Henry said he doesn't know one wrestler that has ever criticized him and said the guys love Taker. The guy doesn't love Taker. Godfather said Taker was his friend and brother. Kurt Angle said that he's the only one that can do what he does inside the ring. Foley said his career would be different if he never met Taker. Batista said he learned a lot from Taker. John Cena said the bar for respect is the Undertaker and no one else. And then Taker finally says, man, this business has given me everything. It's ingrained in me. It's always going to be a part of me. I did things my way. I'm going to leave my way, and I'm good with that. And then he says, but it's finally time for the cowboy to ride off for real. And then we have Vince McMahon saying there's no question that Mark has made the best of every opportunity, from family to the business, to his professionalism, and who he is as a human being. That man can look in the mirror and say, I did good. And the final shot is with Taker standing on his property, and then we zoom out. So, what does this mean? I think you know what the fuck it means. He's done. Undertaker has retired. The final episode was Taker announcing that he is done with wrestling. I had to close my blinds for a second. He's done. He's fucking done. That's it. He says until they need him, he has no desire to get back inside the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, The Undertaker has officially left the building. The guy that we all love, the guy that people call the greatest of all time, or at least one of the greatest of all time, you know, he's finally come to the conclusion where this is it. Motherfucker. I'm cussing because it feels right. It's so good to hear him say that. Like, God damn it, thank you. And here's the thing, like he said he could still come back and have one more, but okay, look, if he has one more, hopefully it's with AJ Styles. But I'm at that point now where it's like, you really don't need to have another one. That's it. You're done. Vince calls you say, call someone else. You're done, man. Let this be your actual retirement. Let's celebrate Taker now. Let's celebrate Mark Calaway. If you want to bring him in, let it be so we can hear him talk on Raw. Like, personally, I'm not running WWE, but if I was in charge of WWE, that first show back with fans, if it's not a pay-per-view, it's an Undertaker appreciation night. Taker deserves his own night of appreciation. And then at the end, Taker comes out and cuts a promo. We need to dedicate a full night to The Undertaker. Highlight moments and everything. Bring in legends, bring in stars. Make it about Taker. And then next year, induct him. First ballot Hall of Famer. Give him everything. Everything. Go the full 9. He deserves all of it. The full 9 yards to Taker. And then give him a legendary contract. Have him be a coach. You gotta take care of him. He's done too much for WWE. He doesn't need it, but fuck it. Okay? Like, god damn it. Like, this is huge. This is huge. Taker finally can say, I'm done. He can finally say he's done. Because understand this, like, the footage where he actually said he's done, that's this year. That happened after WrestleMania. That is recent footage. As in April, May, June. He has told the world, I've done everything I could possibly do. And now, it's over. Round of applause. Round of applause. I'm happy. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for you. I'm very curious to know how life will be without Taker in WWE. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm more curious to know what life will be for Mark Calaway. That is what I want to know. What is Mark Calaway going to do for the rest of his life? And I can feel it drumming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord.
2022 Hoff also Taker lost his brother during Mania 36 filming.
Yeah, I didn't talk about that. That was sad. He did talk about how Undertaker lost during the film. His brother had a heart attack and he passed away. I think that also influenced his decision. I think he realized then, like, yo,
Have Kane induct him or maybe Vince in the Hoff.
Kane feels right. Mayor Kane should do it. It should be Mayor Kane. Mayor Glenn Jacobs. It should be him. Well, yeah, he talked about the death of his brother, and that was a huge blow to his heart too. So I think that also influenced his decision to call it a day. But regardless, he just this is cool. This is so good to hear him say, "I'm done." He doesn't need to do it no more. So now I can rest assured knowing, all right, he's gonna call it a day. He's not gonna hurt himself anymore. He's not gonna get injured. I don't have to worry about him putting himself through that grueling schedule of wrestling, then surgery, then rehab, then training, and then WrestleMania again. That's over with. Now it's like, nope, Family Man Taker, Mark Calloway. That's the best place he can be. He retired on his own terms. This is a good time to do it. With that said, if news does come out that he wants to have one last match at Survivor Series this year, because it would be the, 30th anniversary of his debut? Yeah, it'd be the 30th anniversary of his debut. If he decides he wants one more match at Survivor Series, I will let it go on one condition. It's with AJ Styles. I thought about it. I don't want it to be Brock Lesnar. Sting would be a great marquee match, and I'd be okay with it if it's a cinematic. But if he wants to have like an actual match, it has to be AJ Styles. Now more than ever, it needs to be AJ Styles. No, that's it. If it's not AJ Styles, don't come back. Don't come back. Maybe Daniel Bryan could give him one more match too. I think Bryan would give him an excellent match. I think Bryan would make him look amazing.
Let's forget Undertaker killed the OC, lol.
Stop. That's not funny. But he's right. I will allow people like Bryan, perhaps. But if it's not Bryan or AJ or Sting, at the very least, Sting, don't have the match. That's it. That's all you got. Fuck Brock Lesnar. For real, fuck that guy right now. I don't want to see no Baron Corbin. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to even see a 5-minute. If it has like a 5-second squash, no. Not Elias. If it's in front of a crowd, AJ Styles, Bryan, or Sting. And if it's Sting, cinematic. That's it. Nothing else to go with it. I don't know anyone else that he could wrestle, honestly. I just feel like that just seems appropriate for me. Okay, I see that super chat coming in. I'll let him talk about that. But for me, personally, that's it. Yeah. I think that just about covers it with this chapter. Like, he's done.
Aleister Black or The Fiend if you want.
Those are good names. The Fiend because it's Bray Wyatt. And it would be nice if Taker put over Bray Wyatt in his final match. Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that. Like, if he put over The Fiend, although I'm a little worried because Bray works stiff. You sure you want him to fight The Fiend? He's stiff. Aleister Black, like, again, that's another one where I go, if I don't want to see Taker beat Aleister Black. If he's going to fight Black, he needs to lose to Black. That's just it. Like, Taker can beat Bryan and AJ and they'll be good. Because Bryan and AJ Styles they're done. Like, seriously, if Bryan and AJ were to retire today, they'd be Hall of Famers. Which is why I'm cool with them beating his final opponent. Taker can beat Bryan or Taker, and then Taker can beat Bryan or AJ, and it wouldn't hurt their careers. It wouldn't. Bryan would be good. So would AJ. Taker beating Aleister Black? No. That's not going to help anybody. So unless Aleister Black beats Taker, okay. I know if they had Taker fight The Fiend, Taker's going to lose. We know that. So I'm okay with that. Sting and Taker isn't going to hurt anybody. They can have one or the other beat the other.
Thank you, Taker.
The Super Chat champ, Victor Velasco, coming in with the $50, showing his love for The Undertaker. Sorry, Matt. The Super Chat champ had to come in and let you know who the champ is. I just want to be proud. Okay, so we're having some internet issues here. Okay, we're good now. We had some internet issues there for a second, but we're good. All right, what was I saying? Yeah, it's just it's just for me, when you're a wrestling Taker, you want to be sure that he has the right opponent, and it's the right kind of match with the right kind of person. I would love to see Taker come in and put over Aleister Black and or The Fiend. But if it's his final match at Survivor Series, I think he needs to win. I want Taker to win in his final match. And if it's his final match and he beats someone, either AJ or Bryan. AJ or Bryan. His match with Bryan, I think if Taker is looking for a classic, I think he can find it with Daniel Bryan. I think he would be able to find that kind of match with Daniel Bryan. So, something to think about. But again, that is if he wants to have one more. And that's my condition. I will let that one match go. If he wants one more in front of a crowd at Survivor Series 2020, I will let it go. I will support it. I will be behind it. And it has to be against either AJ or Bryan. And maybe Sting if it's a cinematic. Other than that, I will not accept him fighting Brock Lesnar. I will not accept him fighting anyone else. The Fiend, if he's gonna see again, fights The Fiend, would have to lose. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord.
Fun fact, Taker is sort of helping Bray with the Funhouse stuff, so in a way he's put over.
Well, he's helping
Bray.
he's helping him give it advice. He's not producing it, but he's, overseeing it to make sure it looks good. So yeah, he is helping, I guess, to put over Bray, but he's not producing it. Although it would be nice if he was. So there you go. That's my condition. That's it. I'm sorry. I don't want to see Taker losing his final match. If he's gonna put over The Fiend, okay, but no. I want him to win. Go out on your own 2 feet, and then retire. Be good. Go to the Hall of Fame. Be a coach. Whatever. Life after wrestling is what he needs to focus on. Mark Calaway needs to focus on who Mark Calaway is. And this is the best time to do it. You got a loving wife. You got a child. Take care of them. Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm just a guy who comes on here just to talk. Alright? After you're done with wrestling, dude, don't worry about me no more. You want to know why you shouldn't worry about me? Because I'm content with you. I am content with Mark Calaway. I am content with his career. I've been content. I was content with his career after I saw his match live at WrestleMania 25. After that, I was like, you're one of the greatest of all time. If you called it a day right now, I would not bitch. So thank you, Undertaker. Thank you for everything you've done. Hashtag thank you, Taker. I want to see it. Live chat. Hashtag thank you, Taker. In the comments, I want to see it. Hashtag thank you, Taker. Thank you all for being here. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a good 10 minutes to talk to the live chat. Give me your favorite Undertaker moments, or talk about the documentary. What are your thoughts on him retiring? What are your thoughts on him retiring and your favorite Undertaker moment? Let's see it. Live chat. You have the floor. You have the floor. We got a super chat. I see that coming in real quick. By the way, I'm talking to a female friend of mine. I'll be taking her out next weekend. Oh. Super chat. Okay.
Taker is old school, though. If he is to owe more match, he's gonna put someone over on the way out.
I know, that's that old school mentality. So I know that if he had one more match, he would probably put over AJ. I'm just like, no. You need to win. Alright, but yeah, that's probably what he'll do. Let's see here. Undertaker, Mankind, Hell in the Cell match. You can't get any better than that. Sorry about that. I just talked to a friend of mine. I'm trying to get this on lockdown, boys. All right. My favorite two Taker moments: Taker versus Batista feud. That was a very underrated feud. I agree. That was an awesome feud. Ooh, this is a new one. Alicia. Is it Alicia or Alicia? Alisa. Excuse me. Alisa. Is it Alisa or Alicia? Want to see Seth Rollins versus The Undertaker. Messiah versus Phenom. Alright. I'm not mad at that match. Jonathan. Over the years, I got cynical as a fan, but the one exception to that was always Taker. As soon as I heard that gong, nothing else mattered. It was like being a kid again. Yeah, we all agree with you on that one, buddy. Q-Dog in the house. My favorite Taker moment was this match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. My boy! Undertaker may be the only guy I could name who deserves to win his last match.
Kurt Angle vs. Undertaker, No Way Out 2006.
That might be one of those hidden classics that people don't talk about. Because I remember that match being out of this world great. Should have been at WrestleMania, but anyways. Let's see here. Favorite feuds for Taker. Taker versus Batista. Taker versus Lesnar. Taker versus Shawn Michaels. That was from Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. Heavy J. Taker's comeback versus Kane at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 20? Oh, man. What a build. That was such an awesome build to a match that was... it was good. It wasn't like blow your mind, but it was like, it was good. Hold on for 1 minute, guys. Do you need the address? Alright. As far as the favorite moments, I say the return of WrestleMania 20, yeah. Unless they find a story where the death of his character led to something amazing that follows from it. Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's see.
Taker versus Matt Riddle or Karrion Kross final match.
I love the idea of Karrion Kross versus Taker, but again, it seems a bit stiff. Him and Matt Riddle, though, that's just a fantasy match. I don't really think it's a match I want to see right now, but it'd be great. Darnell, Taker versus Stone Cold at SummerSlam. Highway to Hell. Great match. Great match. Although Austin, got concussed, still a great match. Ladder match against Jeff Hardy. Yeah, Sam. There you go. One of the best matches on Raw ever. The Elite Squad. Taker had an epic career of the great. Of the greatest wrestlers ever. Oh, one. Okay. Taker had an epic career. One of the greatest wrestlers ever. Hashtag thank you, Taker. This guy made pro wrestling enjoyable. Son. I agree. Todd Tate. I believe this is a sign of Taker retiring for good. I hope so. I pray. What about Taker versus Demon Finn Balor? One sec. Just to be sure. All right. Taker versus Brett matches were underrated. Tell me about it. Ernest, it's hard not to have a pro wrestling Mount Rushmore without the Undertaker. You can't. You can't. Like, to me, my Mount Rushmore goes like this. Of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, The Rock. Yeah, those are my top four. Like, you don't get any bigger stars than those four. When Undertaker returned to wrestle Kane at WrestleMania 20 to get revenge for Kane burying him alive. Everyone's talking about the WrestleMania 20 match. That was that was such an awesome storyline. I don't even think the match matters. The match never mattered. It was just seeing him come back. Taker versus Foley, Taker versus Kane. Yeah, you see me doing my thing. Yeah, just don't worry about what I'm doing over here. Don't you worry about me. Tino, one of my favorite Taker moments.
There is a Taker versus Triple H match from SD.
Which one? Okay, sorry about that. Which one are we talking about? The SmackDown match doesn't really come to mind, but I'll have to look that up. All right, a few more minutes. I'm gonna have to get out of here because Father's Day people are coming in now. It's late, but still, it's family. KH cashing in on the Undertaker after a brutal cage match and Mark Henry beatdown. Oh man, that match was crazy. That was nuts. See you. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was crazy. Taker versus Orton in WrestleMania 21. That was an awesome match. Taker at Armageddon 2000. Awesome match. I also worried there are going to be more games coming out. We'll talk about that in a different video. This is positivity. Also love that Undertaker Edge match from WrestleMania 24 with one counter after another. Great match. My favorite match was Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 26. 25 was better, but hey, that was still a phenomenal match. It was Shawn's retirement match, so of course it was. Carlos Marenzo. 05 to 13, Taker had legendary matches. Yep, Orton, Batista, Edge, Michaels, Triple H, Punk. I agree. That was perhaps the apex of his run. Let's see here. I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and cut it off here. Hey, so in the comments down below, everyone watching me right now, it's very important that you do this because, first off, it helps the video get out, but it's nice to see. Hashtag thank you Taker all your comments. I'm asking this as a favor. Whatever comment you put, hashtag thank you Taker. Hashtag thank you Taker your comments. Put it down below. You should use that comment. And just give me your thoughts on the documentary, how you feel about Taker retiring, and give me your thoughts on your favorite moment. So, once again, hashtag thank you Taker. Give me your thoughts on the documentary and your favorite moment of Taker's career. Every comment that does that will get some love from me. I just want you to, I would like for you guys to show the guy respect. Because he's done. He's retired. He has officially retired. That's it. Thank you, Mark Calloway, for everything. So, as always, thank you for watching, and thank you for making me a part of your day. This is Alyx. Just Alyx signing out right here in Alyx's world, not Deluxe Man's world. Not yet, not anymore. In Alyx's world. I'll catch you guys next time. I love you. Happy Father's Day, and have a good day. Peace. Super chat. I caught it just in time. You better be glad I caught it.
Post 96 is when Undertaker started having great matches.
Taker's always been great, and there's no better way for him to end his career than with the one he had post the 90s. So, thank you, Taker. And I hope you have a great life following your time.